So today I have a couple of new things to plant, which is so exciting. I am up in this little garden bed that I've got here near my garage. There's the driveway that goes up the big steep hill. And I've kind of been working on this area slowly but surely for the last year. It was probably one of the first areas that I actually ever did anything with. And I kind of have this idea to deck it out with really beautiful things just slowly over time. So I've got a couple of passion fruit vines here which have some fruit on them, which is so exciting. At the back there is a buddleia, a butterfly bush. I've got some salvias here. Just here are some roses, some bidens, and some more salvia, and there is something new. And there is something new. So let me show you that. I'm going to do a tiny bit of cleanup in here as well, and we'll get these new plants in the ground. So the first new plant that I have today is this beautiful rose. It is a hybrid tea called Joyfulness. And I mean, how pretty does that look? So I actually bought 3 of these back in winter as bare root roses. And I, sat here and I made a beautiful little video about planting them all for you. And the camera had turned off halfway through, so I didn't get to show you that. Anyway, one of them, unfortunately, has not survived. But that's okay, because I found this one as a potted rose, which is exactly the same rose. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop out this one that didn't take, and I'm going to plant this one. It tells me on the tag that I need to plant these 60 to 90 centimeters apart, and don't put any fertilizer in the hole at this point until I start to see new growth. So I got it out, but I won't use it. So I will just pull that one out, dig a hole, stick this one in, water her in thoroughly, and then we can move on to the next plant. You might remember that in this garden bed, I keep finding this horrible, shitty black plastic. They must have, someone before me, laid a lot of this down as like a weed suppressor, and it is the bane of my existence. So every time I dig a hole, I try and pull that out as well. But you can't get it all, unfortunately, not without like major excavations. So that's not gonna happen today, unfortunately. Ooh. Alrighty, I'm gonna plant this just at ground level and fill back in with the native soil. All right, beautiful plant number 2 for the day is this spectacular hydrangea. Look at it. It is called a tuxedo hydrangea. And, I am a sucker for dark foliage, and I kept seeing this plant at Bunnings. And I just kept seeing it, and I just kept seeing it. And I thought to myself, I have nowhere to put a hydrangea. I'm not ready for a hydrangea yet. And one day it just magically made its way into my shopping cart. And so I've got it now, and I have to find a home for it. So I've decided to put it at the end of this same garden bed. This is the end that goes behind the scary part of the shed. But just here, there is a salvia that just is not loving its life. It hasn't loved its life since I put it here to start with. There is a little bit of growth, but there's also a lot of dead. And I think that it's because this area doesn't get chock-a-block full sun, which is what the salvia really wants. It gets sun in the morning, and then in the afternoon, when the really stinking hot sun comes through, it gets a lot more shaded because of the structure of the shed. So I think that the hydrangea will love it here, because a hydrangea wants part shade, And this area is also the perfect size for a hydrangea, because this is going to grow 90 centimeters by 90 centimeters, so it will fill in this spot just here beautifully, and give that beautiful dark foliage color and texture that I love, and these beautiful pink flowers. And I'm really excited to see how these go as they develop more. So I'm going to pop the salvia out. That's just going to go in the bin. I'm not going to try and limp it through. I just don't think it's worth it. And we'll get this beautiful tuxedo hydrangea in the ground. It's got a few new roots growing, but it's not very established, so I don't feel bad about that. Into the bin. More rubbish. Excellent. And what the hell, man? It's funny, some plants have a definite front and back, right? This side looks like it's facing outwards, whereas this side looks like it's kind of hidden back. So I would be making sure to plant her this way, which is kind of, it's not center. If I was facing directly out, I'd be here, but I want to face her to where most people will see it. Ooh, look at that root system, healthy plant. Alrighty. So the last thing for this project is just to treat the roses with the rose gum, because it's got black spot here. You can see it. It is a fungal issue caused by water sitting on the leaves too much, which has been pretty difficult to deal with because, horrible weather. It says that you're supposed to remove all of the affected leaves, but that makes me sad. So I'm not going to, and hope for the best. Anyway, that's it. Super easy. Rose gum treats the black spot. Now, lastly, poor salvia here got done in through the storms, so I just want to pull out these ones, and bam, looks a heap better. A little bit lopsided now. Hopefully it fills in again, but that'll do me. So that's it. I've got 2 new plants in the ground. I've got my rose here, which has a bud on it, so I'm so excited to see that bloom. One of the other ones actually bloomed a couple of weeks ago, and then the storm came through and just destroyed it. So that was really sad, but hopefully these will take now, and hopefully I've got 3 beautiful roses making like a little bit of a trio here and a hedge, which will be lovely. And then, of course, my beautiful new hydrangea. I'm so excited to see this one grow. As I said, I love the dark foliage, and that pink bloom I think will be really striking against the purple salvia, but also just in general in this area. I've got a really beautiful mix of colors and textures in here now, and I'm so excited to see this one grow and really fill in this area. I think it will also offer a bit of a hide from that horrible space behind the shed that I'm too scared to go to. Anyway, guys, this was a really wonderful project to do after work. I will come through here and throw some mulch down over the next week or so, but for now I'm just going to watch these guys settle in. I'm going to keep them watered. The drip is on, not at full summer capacity, but it's on anyway, and so hopefully these guys both do really, really well. Bye, guys.